hotel room in Austin, Texas. We're at the Consensus 2024 event. We wanted to step away to make sure you guys got your live show content that you've been used to every single weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. What is it, Central? Mountain Time?
Yeah.
Texas time. We're here. Met a lot of cool people. So we went down to breakfast in the morning and we ran into a gentleman in a Caspa shirt. It's part of the marketing team with Caspa. We kind of talked to him about the new KRC token standard that's coming out and all the exciting things happening with Caspa. We're going to work to bring him on the show. We met James Seyfert in person. Shout out to him. We also met Rob from Digital Asset News. A lot of big people here. David Schwartz is here from Ripple. Got some Ripple news actually. And so we just wanted to come to you live and kind of share the markets today, what's going on, some of the big news, big Solana news, DTCC, a lot of projects here, Polkadot's here, Stellar Lumens, they got a big one. Hedera, we spoke to Eric Piscini, one of the execs over at Swirled Labs. And so a lot of big people here, a lot of info we're trying to get, and we just want to share some of that with you. So.
Yeah, by the way, hola is your boy Big Rob back in Austin, not in my house or our house.
Wow.
Excited to be here, nice and humid, but
Not nice.
it is nice,
just
bro.
humid.
It is nice. But we got a lot of breaking news kind of to go over. So even though we're here in Consensus, the coverage that we're going to have today, or at least today's live stream, is going to be more focused on what's trending right now in our news articles and a couple of things that are hitting the main channels. And we'll do a little bit more recap on Consensus coming up on the next live show, maybe tomorrow, because we were only there for about 2 hours and then we stepped away to do this. So still trying to figure out everything there. So we got Infinite Crypto. He said, when can you see the studio? Well, not today. We'll be back. We'll be back in studio on Monday. So Monday, Infinite, you can go ahead and reach out to us and come by and check us out. You're down the street. So, but without further ado, we don't have a screen share. We don't have our laptops hooked up here, or we tried to, but anyways, we're just coming live to you from the phone. So today, Bitcoin's price 67,000. 67,300 to be exact. So a little down from where we were a week ago, where we were at 70,000. But I mean, I don't know. What do you think about the markets?
There's a lot happening behind the scenes with Bitcoin. We kind of shared this on the stream yesterday. There's a lot of funds, a lot of money managers. There's meetings with world leaders. You have companies that are coming out, adopting the Bitcoin strategy, that kind of Michael Saylor strategy adopted, so to say. And so all that's happening behind the scenes, and although the price might not reflect it, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. And I know if you've been around for a while, you're probably like, well, we keep saying that. It's only a matter of time. When is the time? It's coming soon, right? It would be extremely not smart to have held and accumulated through the bear market, only to capitulate now, right before everything is about to take off. Not only Bitcoin, but all coins. Meme coins are still going strong. I think a lot of people are still waiting for the collapse of meme coins. I don't think that's coming. I think meme coins are here to stay. Culture and community is here to stay. And so a lot of these meme coins, we're starting to see celebrities launch their own meme coins, which typically in the past is like, hey, this is a market top, but I don't think we're anywhere near the market top, unless of course we get some sort of global black swan event, which no one can know whether that's going to happen or not. But we're on the precipice of something very, very vital. I know a lot of people are talking about Mt. Gox and what kind of sell pressure that's going to be. We know the Gemini earned people. They just got, they're going to start getting their money back. I think the number was around $2.13 billion, which is it's more than 200% of what their original amount was that they got locked up and kind of haven't had access to for well over a year. And so people are going to start getting access to that liquidity again from Mt. Gox, from Gemini, and FTX, of course. Speaking of FTX, did you see Ryan Salami? A Salami man got 7.5 years in prison. And he said, quote, soon I will tell everyone exactly what happened, what really happened at FTX. So guess we'll keep our ear to the grindstone there. But a lot of like altcoin news. Why don't you pull up the Chainlink article here?
I did want to say that I'll pull up the
The very first one, DTCC.
So I did real quick. I did want to say that when you said altcoins are here to stay, I 100% agree. Or meme coins are here to stay. I agree with you. I'll say this though, I would be very hesitant in altcoins in a long-term play, right? If you want to speculate
Meme
on,
coins, you mean?
yeah, I don't know why I keep saying altcoins, but if you're looking at meme coins, if you're looking at some of these really speculative plays, I would just look at it in a 12-month time horizon. Who knows how long this bull market's going to last. Perhaps it's an extended bull market. Well, a lot of people are predicting that. Even if it is an extended market, will a meme coin pump and last through the entire market? There'll be a few. I mean, SHIB and Doge are good examples of ones that kind of held its value through an entire bull market. But even those tokens fell off quite substantially, especially against Bitcoin in the big pullback or the big bear market. So my advice to you're playing around with meme coins, just pick a project you like, pick a position you like, and then an exit, whether it's a 10, 100x, or whatever it is.
So, you mentioned Dogecoin and SHIB. You have this cycle seems to be Dogecoin. So we got three, right? You got Pepe, you got Dog with Hat, and you have Bonk. If you had to pick one of those three to kind of hold long term, which we're not saying you should, but if you had to pick one of those three to hold long term, which one would you pick?
Pepe, Bonk, and what was the first one?
Dog with Hat.
I would go Dog with Hat. I mean, right when we got here, okay, so a lot of these conventions, the coverage we've seen is a lot of something else in hat. And it reminds me of the NFT with the Bored Ape where everything was tied to the ape, but nothing ever outperformed the Bored Ape, at least not last bull market. And so here, the Dog with Hat has created a kind of like a meme culture around just that idea, the hat, but I think that top token will be the strongest one.
The hat market is really, yeah. The hat manufacturers are having a great year, so to say. Chainlink has a booth here, and it's funny. Rob was walking by, two gentlemen sitting down, and he said one guy was giving a tutorial on CCIP, right?
Yeah.
So there's an article I'm looking at here from Trust Nodes. DTCC, Clearstream, and Euroclear launched Blueprint on tokenizing assets. And the very first line says, by 2030, the tokenization of global illiquid assets is projected to be a $16 trillion business opportunity. So in 6 years, they're expecting $16 trillion. And I think a lot of these numbers are on the low side. Take a look at the Bitcoin ETF, for example. Everyone's like, oh, within the first year, we should see $10 billion in volume or AUM. We got that in like 2 months. And so we're talking about a space, a technology that is brand new to the people that have been doing analytics and people that write these articles from the DTCC and the Euroclear and everything else from the traditional world, traditional finance. They just don't know. It's new, and you can't blame them for not knowing. So 16 trillion might turn into 30 trillion, might turn into 20 trillion. But the point here is it's going to be a large market. It's going to be a great opportunity. And guess who? All these TradFi companies, the DTCC, Swift, and Europe, guess who they're all working with? They're all working with Chainlink. And so Chainlink might not be the sexy play. It's been around for a while. What it does is not really like, oh my God, it's so exciting, right? But it's integral to everything that you need to run smart contracts, blockchain, for tokenizing and interoperability with CCIP. And so you talk about Chainlink. I mean, where's the price for Chainlink at right now? It should be around $19. I was scooping up Chainlink around $5, $5-6. I bought all the way up to $11, $12, sitting at just under $19, $18.70. Extremely undervalued. What you guys got to understand is not just from a speculation standpoint. You have staking. You also have Link being used as a universal gas token. So So no matter what chain you're going from and going to, the link token is going to be at the center of the gas fees used to pay the validators on Chainlink. And so you have so many things going for it on top of the speculation. And now you essentially removed 40 million link tokens. And what's their max supply? 1 billion tokens, I believe, for Chainlink. 1 billion tokens. So now you've removed, what is that? 4%. You remove 4% of the supply, potentially, that would have created sell pressure. I'm not saying we're going to sell all of them, but that is now removed from the sell side supply, we can assume, and you're going to have an influx of people, A, speculating on it, B, needing the token to use it for gas, and needing the token whether they're running something or they're trying to launch a product or integrate one of their CCIP or their build program. And so Chainlink is one you do not want to sleep on. Chainlink, in my opinion, it's not financial advice, should be in your category. And I did a thread on this. You got to have buckets, right? You got to have buckets of your investments. Hey, this is one if I get a 5X, I'm out. This is one where I plan on holding this cycle because I think it's going to run a narrative. And then you have a basket, or me personally, it is my long-term, I'll take a little bit of profit, but just to add more to my position during a bear market. And Chainlink is in that basket for me, along with Bitcoin, along with Near Protocol, along with Solana. And so I would not recommend fading Chainlink. I know it's not the sexy play, it's not a new hot layer one, but what they do is not only integral to what blockchain is, and so by the way, does quadrillions of transactions a year. Quadrillions. So super bullish on Chainlink. What are your thoughts there?
I agree with everything said. The thing is we've been talking about Chainlink for a while, so what we're discussing today really isn't anything new, but they're expanding, right? So just in the most broadest nutshell possible for explaining Chainlink, where they are now compared to where they were, they're an Oracle service, and so all the smart contracts that you hear about on Ethereum and all the other layer ones, they require data, right? For a smart contract to execute. That's what Chainlink, their service provided, and they were the number one Oracle service, and now they're expanding their tokenizing, and also they're bridging other chains together as well. So they're expanding their utility. So you had the benchmark for Oracle service for smart contracts, and now it's getting a lot more interest around the world. Now, I did want to give a little love to the chat. If you are new here, say hello. We'd love to give an hola back at you. We got 123 people in the chat. We got 38 likes. That means less than a third of you have liked the video. So do us a favor. If you are a fan of us streaming live from Austin, Texas, give us a thumbs up. Also, I do want to say, if you're a fan of Chainlink, let us know. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a fan of Chainlink. Let's see how many ones we get in here. And then stay quiet if you're not, I guess, because we don't really care what other number you have. There you go. Wow. And then also, is there anything that you think me and David should do out here in Austin, Texas? This is David's first time here. This is David's first time in Austin, Texas. This is my second consensus.
It is way too humid for me. I can't.
There's a lot of good barbecue out here. There's a couple of good restaurants that we're excited to go to. So we did meet up with Jimmy last night.
Jimmy, Billy, Biomex.
Yeah. It's funny because as soon as we got into the hotel, I grabbed Jimmy's credit card and I went straight to the bar. And we didn't.
This is true. I was there.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is, we made conversation with some people at the bar, and I walked over and I sat down with Jimmy. He's like, is he buying those people a drink? I was like, I don't think so, but I wouldn't put anything past Rob. I put up the polka dot shirt here. We got a polka dot video coming out later today, and so you want to check that out after the live show. It'll come out around 4:15 p.m. Eastern time, 3:15 p.m. Central time. And so Polka Dot, a project that's gaining some traction, big marketing blitz. I just had their car at the Indy 500 with NASCAR, Polka Dot 2.0. They're everywhere. They got one of the largest booths here at Consensus. And so we did a Polka Dot video. So if you're a Polka Dot fan or if you're curious about Polka Dot, there's a little price prediction there for you as well.
And then just a quick shout out. We have Crypto Locks in here, Dinosaur, Press O'Neill, El Chingon, Anthony Ailman, Quick Shows, The Middle Journey, Jav Arena, Scott, a Screwdriver, and to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Also, somebody said we should barbecue and music is something we should be getting into.
Barbecue music.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to do a lot of events here, and so I think we're going to Karate Combat tomorrow. I've never seen Karate Combat. Super excited.
Somebody in the chat asked earlier about the karate token. You know, we haven't really dove into the tokenomics or the actual mechanics of it. But you know, maybe we're overdue for that. We'll be at the karate match tomorrow. I actually got propositioned to be on the main card because Nick Carter was supposed to be fighting
Hoffman
from Bankless, but Bankless got injured, and so the main card they're down a person, and so Nick Carter doesn't have anybody to fight, and so they needed somebody in the 165 weight class, and so the guy that was running the event ran into me, and he was all like, "Hey, you want to fight Nick?" He's like, "You gotta do blood work within the next 5 hours." And then I'm like, he's like, "Give you $100,000," and I'm like, "What?" He was throwing out large numbers, but anyways,
he said no.
He said no, but
tell you what,
I started reevaluating. I started thinking about the purse prize there, and
that's the wall.
Yeah, you know,
that's the LED wall.
So maybe there'll be a last minute fight, and if I swear to God, if David it sets the alarm for 7 a.m. and then proceeds to hit snooze for 2 hours, I will be fighting him tomorrow. Yes, bro, I'm sharing a hotel room with this man, and there's 2 beds. Look at this, 2 beds. See that? 2 beds, and this guy right next to me sets his alarm for 7 a.m. and just hits snooze. I'm like, oh, you're that clown. Oh my God.
Well, you gotta give your body and brain time to slowly wake up, you know?
Yeah.
You hear that first snooze and you're like, Anyways, big PayPal news. PayPal just launched their stable coin on Solana. And why is this important? 30 million merchants will now be able to run and accept payments from Solana. This is gonna be absolutely massive. They did a demo on X, I forget which account it was, but showing that you go to a merchant that accepts PayPal, and all you do is, and they did a demo with the Phantom wallet. All you do is there's a QR code. You take out your Phantom wallet, you open it up, you go to the QR, you scan the QR code, you hit pay, bam, seconds, cheap. Vendor gets paid in whatever currency they want, gets settled on the back end. Money leaves your wallet. Solana, we've talked about them doing the most amount of stablecoin volume. We talk about something like Ethereum, can't really do it on the base layer because it's too expensive. We talk about other ones, can they handle the transaction volume? Now, a lot of people still point to Solana and the outages it's had, but let's face it, 15 months, 1 outage, right? Which is still not good, right? Still not perfect. Like something like Cardano's never gone down. But, Fire Dancer, and we talk about this all the time, it's almost becoming this mythical thing, but it's coming. It's in final stages of testnet. We should get mainnet launch in July or August, according to the timeline provided by the Solana Foundation. And so once that's in place, and if it does everything that they've been saying that Fire Dancer is going to do, there is not going to be a single chain that is going to be able to do the throughput in real time, real TPS, than what Solana is doing currently.
Solana, good. Hey, what barbecue spot is good here in Austin, Texas? You know, why is there so many comments on my shirt, man? Anyways, dope ass shirt, but I need doper barbecue. So, if you know a spot for Austin, or if you know just an amazing restaurant in Austin, Texas, let me know. Or if you're bored and sitting at your computer, go ahead and Yelp that. Find out where to go. Find out what's trending. Wow, I'm a big foodie.
Wow. Solana, great integration with PayPal. Hey, where's the closest barbecue spot? Anyways, go to the next one. Go to MasterCard. Speaking of stable coins, MasterCard's crypto credential pilot goes live, promising to revolutionize peer-to-peer transaction scroll down. And so today, MasterCard announced the launch of its crypto credential pilot program, which aims to streamline peer-to-peer transactions in the crypto space. MasterCard said the first real-world application of this technology has gone live, allowing users to send and receive crypto using simplified aliases instead of the often lengthy and complex blockchain addresses, kind of like what ENS did, where it's like Robin only talks about food.eth or .sol. That's now going to be integrated through MasterCard. And so what you're starting to see is, right, Mark Yusko, and everyone talks about this, right? First they ignore you, or they laugh at you, they ignore you, they fight you, then you win, whatever order that goes. We're at a point now where you're starting to see companies that wouldn't even look our way 3, 4, 5 years ago, hell, even 2 years ago. It's inevitable. When you put something like this in front of a company, you show them how it can save them money long term. You show them how it's more efficient. You show them how it can onboard more users. You show them how it's technologically advancing forward. You're going to get to a point where there is absolutely zero reason that the top companies, the top service providers, Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, fintech companies, any companies, digital asset companies, hell, you even have clearinghouses and maybe even the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ that are going to at some point implement something that has to do with blockchain and crypto technology. And what people are going to understand is this, is like we're at the foundational level, right? We've taken a big risk in planting our flag in an asset class that is fairly new, has been attacked, people are trying to sue it out of existence. They're trying to drive it out of certain states and countries here in the US up until recently. And so we took a big gamble, and it's starting to pay off. You might not see it in the prices yet, but I am telling you, when those floodgates open, and also when the barbecue joint opens, because I know that's all Robin's thinking about right now, it's going to be mass hysteria. And guess what? You're going to be the dude or the chick that's been in the space for the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years. Then people go back, oh my God, so how do I buy this? And I heard Solana or Avalanche or Ethereum or this and that. You're going to be like, yeah, I bought that 5 years ago. Yeah. Oh, Solana's at $1,500? Yeah, I bought it at $20.
Speaking of a pro-US crypto stance, and Ripple, the token issuer of XRP, they invested $25 million in a pro-crypto campaign and through the Fair Shake Super PAC. So we're starting to see this election year play out into this, where do you stand on crypto? Are you pro-crypto, against crypto? And, well, we have a sitting president, which is Biden, who, well, he's done a 180, he's done a reversal on his stance on crypto. And is that because the competition here, the Republican candidate, is said, hey, if you're for crypto, vote for me. And now, well, here comes campaign donations. And Ripple is, just threw their hat in the ring, $25 million, which is quite substantial in the campaign sector, right? And also, just some buzz around, Ripple CEO advocates for clear crypto regulation ahead of 2024. I know Charles Hoskinson is going to be out here and Consensus as well. He's
not going to be at Consensus.
He's not? I thought he was on his way.
No, he did a broadcast. He said, I'm going to Austin, but not for Consensus because they didn't invite me. He's doing an interview with RFK.
Okay. Well, RFK's here in Consensus, so they're going to talk about...
Saw Kathy Wood last night.
Did you?
Walking through the JW Marriott. Well, I didn't see him, but our friends did. Yeah. She, speaking of Kathy Wood, she did a talk at the convention right there. So, she said, so the headline article reads, Kathy Wood chooses Bitcoin over Ethereum, hands down. Scroll down a little bit. Couple reasons she gave. So she emphasized the unique qualities of Bitcoin, describing it as a global monetary system, a technology, a new asset class. She argued that no other crypto comes close to the potential and significance of Bitcoin. Do you agree with that? There's better technology, correct, than Bitcoin?
I'll say this. from a company investment thesis, you have to pick Bitcoin, right? I feel like everything else is a little too much risk. As far as portfolio percentage, I'm not saying that you only invest in Bitcoin if you're a publicly traded company or a hedge fund or an asset manager. I think that you create a portfolio if you desire to get into crypto, but you got to lead the way with Bitcoin, right? You got to have the most conviction with Bitcoin. You got to have the most allocation of Bitcoin. You never know when the drawdown or the bull market ends. We assume that we're going to have a typical cycle where the next 18 months is going to be very bullish and you're going to see new all-time highs. That's expected. I think it's probable, and I think that's where the direction that we're going. But nothing is for certain, and at any point you could have a drawdown. At any point you could have a pullback. At any point you could have something happen globally that could suppress the price of Bitcoin, and who knows what form that comes in. I mean, look at 2020 and 2021 as an example of economic uncertainties from outside influences that we could not predict, right? So I'll say for a company, hey, you know what? You got to play it safe with majority of portfolio, and then, hey, go down the risk curve. And so I agree with Kathy Wood, at least from a company standpoint. Myself personally, I could take on more risk because, hey, I don't have other people that are dependent on my decisions, right? I don't have 10,000 investors that are tied to the hip with me and are expecting me not to fumble the ball. So I think that in her position, representing thousands of investors, she has to play it somewhat safe, even though Bitcoin still has a ton of upside. And historically, if you look back at the last 8 years, there's very few assets that have outperformed Bitcoin in that time period. A lot of them have pumped, but then have pretty much died off. There are a few outliers. Ethereum is a good one, and I know she says she prefers Bitcoin over Ethereum, but how many other projects did you also hear that same narrative? Hey, this is going to outperform Bitcoin. Excluding Ethereum, the list goes on and on. If you would have had Litecoin, EOS, or Dash, you obviously would have lost out tremendously compared to Bitcoin. And so,
not if you staked Hex for 15 years. I think the answer, sure, risky, yeah, sure. I think the answer really lies in liquidity, right? Take a look at Elon Musk and Tesla. When they first said, hey, we're going to put Bitcoin on a balance sheet, what do? They bought, I don't know, forget the amount, and then they sold it immediately. They wanted to test the liquidity conditions of the market. And so when you talk about multi-billion, sometimes trillion-dollar companies, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google, these are Apple, these are trillion-dollar companies, and we're talking about putting something on your balance sheet. 1% is $100 billion. And so I think that's really where a lot of the answer lies, for me at least. So.
All right, I know the connection's a little shaky. It might be cutting in and out, but I did want to say a big shout out to the chat. I see Jay Avery. We ran into him. He says ran into you too. So we have to run into him and Max as well. We ran into a lot of familiar faces. So like I said, we've only been at the convention for a couple hours, and then we hightailed it back here to do this live stream. So we'll definitely give you some more insider information.
I got some insider info. I was talking to someone from Hedera, and they wouldn't tell me, but there's going to be a big name announced to the Hedera Council this year. It's going to be a big name. And
he was alluding to a couple big names, but one in particular is gonna.
He said Fortune 500 company.
Yeah, and he said top of the list. So, top of the list. Not.
I tried to get the info. I wasn't able to get that info for obvious reasons. But we were just talking about the.
But exciting... I did have some coffee.
What is wrong with you?
I did have some coffee on the side. And
Can you not talk about food for 5
I'm
seconds?
saying I got a little bit more cues and hints at the coffee station. So, anyways, guys, I might have an idea who it is, but I don't want to go out there and misinform. But Just saying that
Let's say
the Hedera
Who?
partner. I'm not gonna say, but the Hedera partner or governing council. They're eyeing from
A coffee
the
maker?
hints.
Starbucks?
No, I was talking to the gentleman at the coffee machine. Okay, so look. Anyways, you might want to take a look at Hedera. Might want to find a good entry point because there is going to be some earth-shaking news. If they get this person or this company on the governing council, so I have drawn a conclusion. I'm telling you, they left little breadcrumbs over there, and I followed it.
What is the breadcrumbs?
I told you, coffee crumbs. It was actually like coffee grinds.
Well, tell us.
No.
It's not like somebody told you, so you're not outing anyone.
Yeah. Someone told me the breadcrumbs, so I don't want to. Like, let me. I don't want to go out here and say a company's name and then be 100% off or wrong.
Well, what if
but
you're 100% right?
I have a feeling I know who it is.
But what if you're 100% right?
But
Robin?
I don't want to go out there and make that call. So there you go. So, anyways, H bar, keep an eye on it, and if you, it's gonna pop off, regardless. So,
Well, we know how big news moves the markets. I mean, look at what Hedera doubled in price. The H bar token doubled in price after news of a BlackRock fund being tokenized on a project on Hedera. Wasn't even a BlackRock press release. Hey, we are partnering with Hedera. It was just hey, we took this BlackRock fund.
It went up
we
like
tokenized it.
50%.
It doubled.
It doubled?
It doubled in price. It went from 10 cents over to 20 cents. And then it came back down. But we know how news like that moves the markets, especially
exactly. So that's why I can't be breaking the news, and that's why they didn't tell you, because you got a big mouth and you just can't keep anything yourself. And you're like, well, you just go ahead and say it, bro. And I'm like, man, come on, man.
I did ask, like, hey, what are you most excited about for 2024? And you mentioned tokenizing
real estate
assets, and real
real
estate
estate
was one of the big ones.
Yeah.
And we kind of talked about, the real estate market and how unaffordable it is for people to not only buy a home, but to rent a home, and how crypto, blockchain, and tokenizing real estate can really make a difference for people. One example we talked about was, let's say Broke Yoshi wants to buy a house. The house is $500,000, and well, he doesn't have $500,000. What he can do, or what they can do, is now they can go and tokenize that house, and let's say tokenize it into, what's the number, $500,000, $10,000 NFT, so to say. So you own whatever percentage of that home's equity and value, but the person who created it gets to live in it. Real estate that don't necessarily need to put up 300 grand. You can have a piece of a $10 million mansion in Beverly Hills, or a oceanside villa in St. Petersburg, Florida. You can do that with a fraction of the money, but still have upside potential and exposure to the price appreciation of real estate. But on the back end, for someone who wants to just live in a home, like, I want to buy a house, although the asset won't be 100% yours, it's something that doesn't require a lot of upfront money. That's not going to require a big mortgage. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that, Robin? Not having a mortgage, being able to live in a home and owning a 1/100th or 1/500th of it. And then when you go to sell the house, or whatever the case may be. And think about this, right? You talk about HELOCs and how you can leverage the equity in your home. As an NFT token holder, you can leverage whatever percentage of the home you own and get a loan off of that. And you can do that. Or hey, if you're the NFT holder, whoever's holding those shares, when the house gets sold, you make money off of that. So there's so many different ways where it can help both sides.
All right, I'm gonna give my boy my insight on my pick, but don't say it out loud. See, who's known for their property management?
Get out of here.
I'm just saying, man. That's what I'm telling you, bro.
There is no way.
Why would he give us that? Why would he
no-
tell us that and then
Okay.
follow it up with real world assets? Followed it up
There
with homes. Like, I'm just saying.
You
Immediately after he said, I can't tell you, he followed it up with, hey, I'm just saying. That's why I don't want to make no bold claim.
If that happens,
and swing and miss, bro.
if that's the company, I will buy you a full paid trip to
Your
Tijuana,
bets
Mexico.
are terrible, bro. Anyways, what I'm saying though is keep an eye out for H bar. There's a very big company that they're going to sign. Even if Big Rob's intuition is incorrect, which very seldomly is that true. But if my intuition is incorrect, they're still going to sign a big Fortune 500 company at the top of the rank. He said, hey, one of the top Fortune 500 companies, and then mentioned tokenization, real world assets, and homes and properties, and so.
I think the breadcrumbs you're picking up are spoiled breadcrumbs. They're ones that have been stepped on and no one walks by, and you gotta wait for the clean lady to come clean.
Hold on, who said we're streaming from Motel 6? Who was that?
Motel 6.
This is not Motel 6. We are in the Hyatt. Stop it right now.
We went down to JW Marriott to meet up with Jimmy and the guys to grab some drinks. It was a nice hotel. But hey, man, we got a wall to pay for, and so we'd love to splurge on $700 a night rooms. But hey, it's just
Oh, it's Dave Digital. Oh, Dave's here too.
Yeah. We'll see you soon, Dave. Maybe we'll invite you to the Motel 6 and show you around.
No, you lost it. We pulled the invitation.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Dave. No. My bad. Let's take a look at the markets, man. Let's take a look at where the markets are. I know Chainlink. Oh, we already talked about Chainlink. I know a lot of the meme coins were down, right?
No, opposite. SHIB is up 7%. So, SHIB up 7% on the 24 hours, up almost 10% on the week, and it's bucking the trend, right? We've seen that meme coins have almost been a leveraged play on the short-term price action of Bitcoin. Bitcoin up, flirting with 70K, back down to 67,000. If you were to look at the historical movement of meme coins when we had little pullbacks, and Bitcoin, well, they've also shit off quite dramatically, and SHIB is kind of bucking the trend here. So SHIB up, leading the charge today in the top 100 and in the altcoins. And then
there was so WorldCoin is up. You know why?
Why?
The president of Argentina is meeting with the WorldCoin team, including Sam Altman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of the, but there are some. Oh no, you're right. There are a bunch of meme coins down. So leading the pack. So 4 meme coins down today. Bonk, Floki, Pepe, and Book of Memes all down over 5%. But they're all still up for the week. So even though we had a 24-hour pullback, Floki's up 20% on the week. Bonk is up 13%. So I don't know. Kind of interesting. So a lot of volatility in the meme coin sector. But, yeah. What is let's do a little. You know what? Since we're outside of our normal show structure here, and we don't have all the
Q&A.
Yeah, I was going to say we don't have our normal articles here. So why don't we do some Q&A? So go ahead and ask some questions. It doesn't even have to be crypto related, whatever it is. Ask some questions.
If you want me to do something, like, just let me know. Super chats.
Do something?
You didn't see what I did.
Was it truth or dare?
No, you didn't see what I did.
All right, so yeah, we'll do a 15-minute Q&A section. So from now till the end of the hour, so actually 11 minutes. We'll do. We're not opening up the club, Jimmy. Calm down. Why not stream from down here?
Do we still have to give him a refund?
Yeah, maybe. So we're not streaming there just because we were having connection issues on the Wi-Fi on the show. I mean on the phone. Also, the convention's pretty loud, and we didn't bring all of our gear to kind of suppress noise and stuff, even though Jimmy was offering his. But okay, so here I'm gonna go through. Wick589 says, Rob, which express do you shop at for your shirts? They're awesome, and I want to make my chest pop in the same way as yours does. So actually, I did not buy this at Express.
This is Express.
Yeah, that was your homie over here.
You know, they had so I was at downtown Summerlin. They had buy anything in the store, get anything else.
I heard
for
about
$10.
this on the plane in the
$10.
hotel room.
So I got 2 Express shirts, polo shirts.
Yes.
2 of them for $60. It was great.
You know what? I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and I bought 2 packs of socks, a 6-pack of white socks, a 6-pack of black socks for $65.
You know what they say, right? Say you are where you shop. Anyways, What are the questions?
All right. So Enzo said, "Are you going to Joe Rogan's comedy club?" We were talking about that. We were talking about that in the mothership, his comedy club, and that's here in Austin, Texas. Maybe we got a pretty packed agenda. So I don't know. There's a lot of after parties, and we have the fight as well. So I don't know. But speaking of Joe Rogan, he will actually be at the Karate Combat fight tomorrow.
He's been talking a lot about Karate Combat.
He interviewed the founder of Karate Combat on his show. He is one of the guests as well.
So you know how V-Chain kind of partnered with UFC and kind of put V-Chain on the map? I think Karate Combat can do the same for Hedera. Because KC is built on Hedera. Or the Karate token is a Hedera token. So, interesting.
Okay, and then we got Coochie Boy says, "How much are conference tickets this year?" I think they're around like $800, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Rob says, "When you cash out, how do you suggest we cash out crypto into fiat with the banks the way they are?"
I'll tell you what I do.
What's some red flags to watch out for?
I'll tell you what I do. I have separate bank accounts. I have my one bank account where all my bills and everything come out of and my income goes in. I also have a separate bank account that is strictly on and offboarding fiat and crypto. From personally, credit unions are really good for that. So my fiat on and off ramp for crypto is through a credit union. Haven't had any trouble. I've heard too many horror stories about, hey, all I did was send some money to Coinbase and then they shut my bank account. I couldn't pay my bills. I had to wait 2 weeks for the check to come in the mail. Don't do that. Separate them. Have one bank account at a major bank if you use that, or even a credit union, that all the bills and your money go into and the bills come out of, and have a separate one completely that only does your crypto transactions. It'll not only help with your taxes, but it'll also help with keeping everything separated, just in case you do get a bank that decides to.
Theo says, "What are your long-term thoughts on H&T or Helium?" We've had some media requests to stop by the Helium booth. I know they have I think they have some announcements as far as helium mining on your cell phone. I know that's something they're promoting. You know what? I haven't looked at it in a while, and I know that their helium miners, that their network for sharing bandwidth, that hasn't been as smooth.
It was a disaster in the bear market.
Yeah,
people were making a killing in the bull market, but the bear market was a disaster.
Yeah, so I'll say that maybe there's a position to get in on a company while it's down and there's a lot of upside. So you know what? We'll circle around this. If we forget, bring it up tomorrow, because we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Bring it up tomorrow if you want, and we'll stop by the Helium booth today. We'll see what they got going on, if there's anything new, and then we'll report back tomorrow. So just remind us if you don't hear from us and you're interested about Helium. We'll go talk to some of the devs and the higher ups there for Helium, and then we'll come back around tomorrow. Let you know what they got going on. So let's see here. Matt sees house consensus doesn't look too hot. And then we got Ashley says, when am I getting invited? My bags are packed, question mark. We invited you. Shut up. There you go. And then what else we got? Okay, we got Miguel Costa says, do you think gaming with NFT ownerships that brings it into the game, can that be one of the narratives that print more money? Why not? We see that. I would say this. I think that you're going to get some big game, some big studio, I think, will offer in-game tokens that are a blockchain token, right? So think of like a new meme coin, and this is highly speculative, but think of a new meme coin, right? Instead of launching a new meme coin, why not have a studio that has a video game where they launch their own token, very speculative, no utility, but you can buy this token and then you can buy NFTs or your skins and then just wear them in the game, right? And then you can have your own ecosystem. If there's enough players in the game, they just sell. Let me sell it. People buy. there's a in-game utility for it. It might not be a real-world utility, but I can see people that get speculative. People make money, and we saw what happened with the GameStop craze. And you get these gamers involved. I mean, they don't play by the typical rules, and so this whole like, hey, buy now, sell the top. Like these guys, man, they're very passionate. You get a token launching on the right game with the right community, and they don't reject the idea of having blockchain in the token, and they start making money off of their own gear that they're buying and selling, or perhaps earning.
Creating.
Yeah, I think that there's a big potential for money. There are a lot of candidates in this sector. You got Shrapnel and Big Time, and a lot of other ones in the pipeline as well. I know Cornucopius has a booth here. We were probably stop by there as well. Cardano, they're outside of Cardano now, huh?
No, they're on Cardano, but they're also on Base.
Okay.
They migrated to Base.
Kirk says, what's your case for ADA or H-bar? I think we're pretty bullish on both. If you had to pick one or the other, from this point...
Cardano.
Really?
And that's nothing against Hedera. I'm also very bullish on Hedera, but Cardano just... A lot of people are sleeping on Cardano, man. And they all want to shit on the project and point to no one's using it and this and that, but... There's a reason it's still in the top 10. There's a reason it's been around for as long as it has been. There's a reason that when Cardano moves, it outperforms everyone.
Okay, so Jav Urena says Rob is built like Daniel LaRusso. You know who Daniel LaRusso is?
That's not a compliment, by the way.
That is the Karate Kid. Growing up, I got a lot of Karate Kid things. Like, people said I look like a Karate Kid growing up. I'm telling you. It was like in like middle of high school, and
you are kind of a cornball,
bro. I look just like this dude when I'm not even kidding. I'm not trying to be funny here. I'm dead ass serious, bro. When I was like 17 years old, I don't know what I did to my haircut, but I cut my hair, and I walked around, and I would not go more than 24 hours without somebody saying, "You know who you look like?" And I'm like, Karate Kid, and they're like, "Yeah!" Like. And then I didn't hear it for years, and then all of a sudden I started hearing it again. I guess he came out with the
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. I don't think I look like dude. He's a lot more dark skinned than I am, or a little more tan. And I'm Portuguese, so that. Hola! So the skin is a little light, and I haven't been out in the sun too much lately. But if you want to see Big Rob fight in Karate Combat, put a 1 in the chat.
If you were to call someone out to fight him, what would you call out?
If I had to fight somebody...
Do it?
I'd fight Gary Gensler.
Come on, man, really?
I mean, that's what I
IFC, fight, bro. Influencer Fight Club. You gotta call someone out.
I'm not gonna call it. I'm not gonna fight anybody, man.
Don't be scared,
look at all those ones, bro.
You're scared, bro. I know who I'd call out.
Who'd you call out?
You don't want me to say it.
No.
Oh, if I knew and I had 3 months to train, I would destroy this person. I would I would wipe the floor with him. Yeah.
I'm just curious. If me and Dave fought, who do you think would win?
I would also do the same.
Put a 1 in the chat for Rob. Yeah. Put a 2 in the chat for
Dave. This little kick wouldn't help you, Yeah. What was that called?
You almost kicked the camera over, but that's the.
Flamingo kick.
Yeah, 1 Rob, 2 David. I'm curious. Who do you think would?
Anyone that's met us both in person.
Or we had Ashley put a 3 in there. So
Ashley knows what's up. She knows I would. Got more mass than you, taller than you, got more reach than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm quicker than you.
Ashley was saying put her name as 3 for a fight. Yeah, I think Ashley would win.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, Rocco's 4. Someone said Rocco 4. Yeah.
Rocco would just throw marinara. He would throw hot marinara sauce in your face and what Mamma Mia!
Oh, crane kick. That's what it's called.
Crane. That's right.
All right. Well, we got time for 2 more questions. So we'll entertain 2 more questions, and then we got to go back to the convention. So in the meantime, we'll let you write the questions here because we know we got a little delay here. So. Write a couple questions, 2 more questions, but in the meantime, I did want to just say that Bitcoin still at 67.3.
Literally
Wow.
has not moved.
And then Ethereum 37.5. We did run into James Seyfert, which he said he'd love to join the show again. So we'll have a
Super cool guy, man. James is a cool dude. Like James.
yeah. All right. Well, all right. Let's get to the last two questions, and then we're wrapping this thing up. All right, here we go. Miguel Costa says, "When Ash raise?" Okay. That's the first question we've had. Okay.
Is Miguel Costa also Ashley?
All right. Where's the next question at? I'm waiting. Well, that's it, man. Nobody's got a question.
So what was the results of the poll, by the way? Who would win in a fight?
Oh, who would win?
Yeah.
We got Robert Vermouth who put a 1.
I'm a 1,
We got
right?
Two 2s, 2 1s.
Who's won?
That's me. You're 2. Yeah, so it's a 50-50 split. So.
You guys are high. What is wrong with you guys? Anyways.
Okay, here's a question. Crypto Stevo said, "Are Bitcoin holders there begging for money?"
No, because I couldn't afford a plane ticket to get down here. Hey, but staking's live, guys. Staking's live. Leave it at that.
All right, guys, we're out of here. We're going back to consensus. Thank you so much for joining us. Till next time, peace. How do I end this thing? Is this it? Yeah.